And welcome back, guys. Dev Spider here once more with the next part in the tutorial series. So we are at day 4, 11:19 p.m. First things first, make sure if you've not built your bed, build it. Once it's built, then click it with your right mouse button to enable your spawn point. If you look in the lower left, you'll see it now says spawn point enabled. If you hit M, you'll see a red dot where it's at. You'll see your log cart too. Actually, that might just be the log cart, but you'll be able to find your base now. So you see we've gathered a bunch of stone really quick. We need to move quickly because I do believe the vambies will be coming. So we need to grab feathers, rope, and we're going to need to grab animal skin. So hopefully you've killed a few animals by now. I can show you how to do that momentarily. It's easier with the bow, but I'll show you how to do it with the spear. And then we need a bunch of sticks. For now, we'll go with what we have on us. I moved the torches inside so you'd be able to see. And we need to go to the Itempedia so I can show you this. First, make sure you have an open weapon slot. We went ahead and built some extra spears. Put those on the weapons rack so if we break one, we'll be good to go. And like I said, let's go to Itempedia. So what do we need from here? We need the Quiver. It holds arrows. It can be crafted on the workbench, which is why we built the workbench in the first place, just to get started. And then it automatically equips to your backpack. It takes 2 animal hide and 2 rope. So we'll move 2 of these over. And we'll get a quiver. So if you want to see if it's equipped or not, just press I. You'll now see this here. You can drag and drop your arrows into the slot. Bolts for the crossbow do not fit here. Alright, next item we need is the bow itself. So if you cover right here, the archer bow can be crafted by the player or on the workbench. It takes 1 stick, 3 rope. 1 stick, 3 rope, and we will make a bow. I like to have extras of these, so we're going to try to make 2 really quick. Or 3 actually. And again, you cannot craft extra if you don't have the open slots. Alright, so now that we have our bow in place, let's put our animal hide back up so it's not taking up space. We'll save that to make some furniture or something nice with later. Make sure you save any fat you get. That's going to be used for making medicine. Let's go ahead and grab some more plant fiber because we're going to need the extra rope. And we're going to need the sticks. At 12:17, day 5. That means vambies can now come for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make stone arrows because that's the only arrow we can make at the moment. We can make bone arrows later once we get the other workbench. But stone arrows are right here for the basic recipe. If you just want to make one at a time, we do not want to make one at a time. It takes forever. We want to bulk craft. So we'll come to the bulk items. Alright, to get 5 stone arrows, and these do break. I believe it's a 50% chance that they will break still. It takes 5 small stone, 5 feathers, 5 sticks, and 5 rope. So we'll right click on these, get some stone. Make sure we have enough space for the arrow to fit into our inventory because it's going to land here first. We're going to hold the shift button. While holding the shift button, drag your item over. We're going to get 5 feathers, 5 sticks. Oh, we didn't grab the... What? Where's my rock? So 5 stone, 5 feathers, 5 sticks, and 5 rope. That's going to give us stone arrows. So then you'll open your inventory again, grab your arrows, drag them over, and now we can use the bow. Let's go ahead and craft some more rope. We'll drop 50 plant fibers here. Craft that, gives us 25 rope. Again, always make sure there's room for the arrows if you want to craft them. We're going to need 5 more stone. Five feathers, and we'll need 5 rope. I said 5, not 25. But, come on now. I don't like fighting the new vambies without a bow because I used to fight them with spears, no problem. But these dodge a lot, and it makes it really hard to kill them with a spear. It takes a lot of pokes, and trying to land that headshot by throwing the spear is rough. At 15, I'd like to make more. but we need more sticks. When you come outside now, make sure to listen and look, and you might hear something scream at you. I find that the best amount to have is somewhere between 25 and 30. And just keep an eye on them. Sometimes I like to fill a crate up with them, especially now with the new vambies, and they dodge a lot more. And that is that, guys. So we should be safe now, because they will come and break through our doors, so you can close those if you want to hear them knocking outside. And I think we will sleep on that one so we can get to the daytime hours. So we'll walk over here, press E. You can see the time moving. You can see your nutrients flowing down. But you can see your energy bar going up. If you were low on hit points, those would also increase. And then we'll hit wake up while there's daytime. So after that, you can see we've got tons of iron built up. Now we'll get ready to move on to the next step. All right, so I need to go over how to get arrows really quick. There's a raccoon right there. You see him running away. We already went over picking up the dead bird bodies and how they disappear really quick if you don't make it to them on time. But there's a crow there. We can grab his body. You can see cucumber there. Here's a piece of corn, so we're going to grab all of that. Because we're low anyway, so we need to eat. Cucumbers are what you're going to want to use to heal with if you don't want to sleep. They give back 10 hit points. I believe it's still 10 hit points. Let's make sure he hadn't changed that. So if you hover over these items, it tells you how long they last and what all they do for you. Health, thirst, carbs, fat, vitamins. You always want to eat your dry food first. So you eat your meats first. Then you'll eat like your corn, potatoes. And then everything else should give you back some thirst, some energy, carbs, a little bit of fats, a bunch of vitamins, depending on what type it is. All right, so we have a bird right there in front of us. So if you're starting off and farming these as you go, you probably don't have the bow yet. Oh yeah, there's the bird up there. I was looking at the rock. So if you hold down the right mouse button and aim, there's no drop. It just flies straight. So hold right mouse button and then click on the left mouse button and you will throw your spear. And then you can pick it back up and then harvest the bird. Now if you miss, let's go ahead and do that. So if you miss, you can find your spear. Just like that. Now then, to get your animal hide, you need to kill things like raccoons, foxes, wolves, bears, boars. Can't believe all these birds are popping up over there a minute ago. Which I would like, and deer, and sheep, which I would show you, but I'm not hearing or seeing anybody else. I prefer not to have to fight a bear. They're not the worst thing on the planet, but they're pretty bad. They blend in really, really well with the rocks. Let's see, there's got to be some kind of wild animal. There's a bear right there, so I guess we're going to be fighting a bear. So we can go over the bow while we kill the bear. One, make sure you have enough stamina so you can run away. They aggro at a really wide radius. See, he's already coming for us. And 3 headshots should kill him. Looks like he got stuck on a tree. Lucky us. So there's 3 arrows to his face. We'll harvest the bear. And our arrows are still here. Lucky for us, we still lost 1. And then if you open eye, you'll see that he gave us hide, bone, fat, and 4 pieces of meat, which we'll go put those on the drying rack. Don't jump off mountains. You see I just took damage from doing that. You can break a leg. If you break a leg, you're going to need to build a splint. Now is the time for us to really get into stuff like that. Let me see, where's that at? I thought it was under Itempedia. Others? Okay, right here. So splint, it's going to take 2 sticks and 5 plant fibers. So whenever I travel across the map, I always carry my axe so I can build those. I usually try to keep one on me because I'm bad about just walking off of things. Alright, so we'll put these in the item crate for now. We'll have to go over making medicine later. Or bandages, rather. We won't be making first aid kits for a long time, though. Those take a lot of resources. But this is why I like to go ahead and divide up my crates. You were saving seeds. Got some nails here. We can keep up with everything really easy. Get to it, find it on the fly. So let's go ahead and go here. We'll drop our meat and let it dry. And it changes colors, and you can look at it and see. You can just pick it up by pressing E while looking at it, or you can open the whole rack and drag and drop it. And that is meat, guys. So like this, 3 racks should be enough to get you through winter, usually. If not, hunting scarce. Vegetables don't exist at all, which is what we're about to work on now. The two things I'd like to build before winter gets here. So you see we're on June of summer. Day 5. So is it maybe it's day 7 Vambie's coming. I'm just being crazy. But I thought day 7's the first swarm. But I would have expected to see a vambie by now. Maybe I was just rushing and being scared of nothing. Anyways. So now we need to go to placeables, food, and we need to build some plant beds. And this is what our seeds are for. Now, if you're going to water these by hand, you want to build them close to water, you can move them. But if there's something planted in it and you move it, you lose what's in it. So what we're going to do, let's go on this side of the house for now. Now we'll just press E and stack a couple of them out here. I think 3 will be a good number. Because I'm going to try to build the greenhouse. Because it maintains the same temperature all year, so your plants won't die in it. Your plants have to live, or you have to have plants growing to survive the winter, or you're going to die. When you die, you lose 1 hit point from your max. And you can do this in the house as long as you keep a fire going, and the stuff will keep growing and live. You just have to water it. Now, if you build these outside, like right here, and then you can shoot these guys with a bow too. I just don't like doing that because it's a waste of arrows, since they break until you get the next level of arrow, which is bone arrows. Alright, so to build these though, that's one reason we had to do everything else first. You need nails. 8 nails per and 8 planks per. Alright, so now you need to add a seed. So if we grab a seed, personally, when I first plant mine, I like to plant melons and potatoes. Potatoes will be for the sun damage you take if you forget and you get sunburn. And then melons are just really good energy. So we're going to... Actually, we don't need but 1 for right now. And since it's raining, when we plant it, it's going to water. So you see how it's got a white circle all around? That means it's fully watered. Now, if this was inside a house or covered, the rain would not water this. You'd have to use your flask to water it. Now, the greenhouse will auto-water it once you build a water house. Now, you'll see the sprout change, and eventually you'll be able to harvest it just like a real plant, and you'll get a seed back. Now, the greenhouse is really expensive to build, though, so if we go to placeables, others, right here in the bottom corner is the greenhouse. It's 60 nails, 60 planks, 8 copper ingots, and 30 glass. So we're going to just set him over here off to the side. And like I said, once it's built, you can move it around. Some people like to put it elevated up on foundations. It looks really nice when you do that. But we're just worried about being ready for winter, because we still have to enclose the house all the way. So we have to make 5 pieces of glass per window. So we need 20 glass just for the house. We have to finish the roof. We need to get a heat source. And like I said, this takes 8 pieces of copper, which we currently only have 9 pieces. And that's just from gathering these stones out here. If we get lucky, maybe the vambies will bring us some when we kill them, because they drop items every time you kill them. Would be a mineral extractor. That takes 18 iron ingots, 20 screws. 10 screws, it's just like nails. 10 screws would take 1 copper ingot. So we could make one of those and set it down. It would give us a ton of iron. And then we could start building anything and everything out of iron a lot faster. We could go raid a village. I don't like doing that right now, though. I'd like to get my base situated before the winter sets in. Because we still need to make clothing, too, once winter gets a little bit closer. But what we can do is we can run around to the other... Now, as you see, there's 4 here. This one I think is a little harder to get to because of the mountain, so you want to be careful not to break your leg. We could go in the cave, but we have to worry about scorpions there. We do need to go in there, though, before we go to the villages, so we can get medicated bandages made. And from the caves, we'll need to gather the mushrooms, which are used for medicated bandages. Scorpions will drop 1 meat, but they're also poisonous, so you might use as many bandages as you do, as you end up making. That's why I like to go, and that's also a good place to get carbs too in the winter, because they grow, so you can just eat those if you need to keep your health up. Probably towards the next episode, because we need to finish, like I said, we need to get our garden going so that it can be watered, raining, the crops will start growing. We need to get I'd like to get the greenhouse built, so we'll run around and find the extra 2 pieces of copper we need to get that, and the mineral extractor going. So then we have plenty of iron. Copper will be good for temporarily. We'll get the roof put on, get the glass made, which the glass doesn't take as long as you think. and we'll gather up all the planks and everything else that we need for the greenhouse. Okay, so like I said, on day 5, the vambies will appear. So we have our very first vambie. I got lucky enough that I was hiding in the shade inside the house, hiding from the sun, not the vambie, and heard somebody knocking on my wall, and lo and behold, here she is. So this is going to be our first vambie. We're going to see if we can win against it. Hopefully my stats are okay. I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal, as long as I don't miss too much. So I was standing on the log cart. A lot of times you can trip them out that way. And as you can see, their movements and patterns are completely different than any of our other series. And I took a hit, and that's bad. So they will dodge your arrows. If you shoot them, it takes a ton of arrows to kill them, unless you land a headshot. How did I hit you in the back? Don't crawl away from me. But as you can see, he added to where their heads move around. He changed the way they look. So if we squat down and kind of take a look at them. Put clothes on them. Alright, so we got 1 arrow back so far. We can harvest this. We'll get 2 pieces of clay this time and 1 more arrow back. So we lost 1 arrow out of that. Let's see. Now then, you might, when you fight something like a predator or a vambie, you might take damage. If you do, you have 2 different bandages that you need to use. You have the medicated bandage, and then you have the regular bandage. So if it is a bleed icon, you'll apply the bandage. If it looks like a virus type icon and it's red, then you'll just use the medicated bandage. To do that, you'll just drag that type of bandage to wherever the wound is at. And then drop it, and it will heal you. And we'll cover that again when we get to that point. Actually, I really don't want to use the arrow. Oh, and of course, yep. Of course you'd run from me. Why not? Come on, buddy. I don't know if we can hit him through that gap. Probably going to end up colliding. And then he'll just fly out of here, probably. Yep, come here, buddy. Alright, so with that, we are now taking sun damage again, so we're going to stand in the shade. And I'll be back once we get back on track with the tutorial video. I just wanted to show that as the vambie and how to kill it. Now, there are different types, so don't just think they're all going to act the same. That was a crawler. You've got 2 or 3 different types that walk around. They will show up constantly, just wandering around the entire map. So just be on the lookout and make sure you keep your arrows up as you break them and lose them. And as promised, I've been working on building out the house. It's all but complete. We just have to put a few pieces of glass on to finish up what we can do for now, for the most part. Besides that, we've been gathering, building some other things. So we're about to showcase those. If you notice, we're paused right now. The reason being because the first horde event went active, the first swarm night. So now we're currently being attacked by 3 vambies. If you look in your top left, especially once I take the pause screen off, you'll be able to see it easier. It'll say there are 3 out of 3 left. So now, starting from this point on, because it was day 9, as soon as it goes to 12 a.m., the horde event starts, and it's on day 10. So every 3 days from now, we'll get attacked, and it'll add 1 vambie each time until we're up to a maximum of 15. So with building such a big house, you might be wondering, well, how do you plan to defend yourself, Dev? I didn't see you put any fences up or spike traps. Well, we built a few things just to go over the ways to get around the vambie AI and to protect your stuff. You can use whatever method works for you, whichever one you like. I just wanted to showcase them all so nobody's hitting me up saying, hey, why didn't you do this or do that? Yeah, I know there's different methods. I used to just run in a circle and fight them. And I used to build a separate base for fighting them because they will smash your walls and things. Anyways, with that, let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll knock this out, and then we'll finish up the base. I'll show you what we've done so far, and we'll finish the greenhouse, and that'll be the end of this episode. Alright, so they should be coming. It activated a minute ago. There's the house over there. It looks pretty cool at nighttime. So when this event activates, they can come from every single direction. And the music changes. There's one there. He's running right at our base. And he's attacking it. I'm not really sure why. They should aggro us. I guess they go straight for our buildings now. Hey guys, I'm over here. What's up? I mean, if they just want to chill there, maybe we can grab his attention. Oh, okay, yeah, that's one way. So let's get our bow out real quick. We don't have a ton of stamina. Now, they won't attack certain things. And he can't reach us on top of this. But let's grab his attention before we break everything. I guess he said no, I'm good. Wait, did he break the wall already? Hey, get off that. So I guess they're just gonna attack our stuff unless we aggro them. That's definitely a new feature. Alright, so I was going to show how you can trip out the vambie AI, but I guess instead they're just going to attack our things. Well, this is a good time. If you look in the lower left, you can see, 1, we're thirsty, and then 2, we now have a plus icon down there, or the sign for need medical attention. We are losing hit points because we are bleeding. That is what that symbol means. First, we're going to gather these bodies because they will disappear. I can't believe I let them destroy my wall, but, you know, whatever. We'll put one back up. So we got 6 nails off that one. We lost 2 walls. That's not bad. But usually what you can do is you can protect yourself by building these log holders all the way around your base. They will not attack these, and they'll just let you stand around. Well, actually, we're bleeding really quick. Let's fix that. So you go to your inventory screen, go to your player icon at the top right of all the other icons. You'll see we're injured there. So you'll take a regular bandage and drop it on that. And then the icon goes away. We stop taking bleed damage. Now we need to fix our thirst, so let's check on our stats. And we'll get some health back once we eat. What we might actually do is we're going to go ahead and sleep really quick. We got just enough. Okay, so what you can do, like the wild vambies, just lure them away from your building, because as you see, they will attack it. And then you can just jump in the middle of here. They'll come up to the edge of it, and they'll just stop. Then you can just hit them in the head, they'll die. Another thing you can do if you're out wandering around, you can get on top of the log cart if you have enough logs and stuff on it, enough height, and you can stand at the highest point and they can't reach you. They'll just stand next to it. Then you can take foundations and build them like this. They won't jump over them. They'll just stand around it, and then you can just kill them at your leisure. Or if you like something a little bit more wicked, you can make like a hedgehog like this. This will also trap animals. So you just step into there. Or you actually, I think you gotta spin it to trap the animals. I don't really do that. And you can stand in here. These will break until you upgrade them with the upgrade tool. We'll go over that later. You can move these. They're placeable objects. And these are the spike traps. And you can find those inside here on your build menu under others. And they're right here, the spike trap. So later on we'll build fencing. Then we'll add spike traps to the outside of it just to protect our base. We'll build some gates. We'll make some fancy things. Mr. Jack-o'-lantern's up there looking at us, checking us out, making sure everything's safe. It was that safe, you felt us. Alright, so let's go to sleep real quick, and then we'll knock out this building. So you can see our energy's going up, stats are going down. Health is also increasing. It's a good way to heal. I like to get up around 7 a.m. because the sun's out and we can see everything. And then first thing first, make sure to get your stats up in case you need to run. So let's eat this corn we have. Eat all your dry food first, always. We'll eat our meat. And then we'll eat this watermelon, and that should finish up our carbs, vitamins. Hunger bar is looking good. We still could use a little bit more protein, but we'll be alright. And then we'll drink some water. Go back outside. Let's grab water, because I like to keep my canteen full. Alright, so since we were last in the video, we went ahead and built all this stuff out. So let's go ahead and see if we can't put our walls back in, or if we're going to have to move stuff around and rebuild things. Oh wait, this is a curved wall. Alright, we'll just snap that back into place. I don't think I have enough planks ready to go to fix it. I definitely don't have the logs over here. So we'll just repair those. We've got to repair the walls, as you can see. Base is looking good. We just need to close it in the rest of the way with the windows, which means we need to add our glass to it. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So it came out kind of cool. I could not figure out a way to fill that in just yet, so we'll get to that eventually. So what I did was I just built a second square floor. I wanted to build another floor anyways. If you notice in the lower left right now, we're also taking freezing damage, which means that we're taking like a 1-tick damage every couple of seconds. So if we're not careful, we will die. The reason being is it is currently day 10, December of winter. So as soon as you see November hit, make sure you get your vegetables, seeds, and everything ready. Because as you can see, everything in our garden has died. So we lost the seeds that were in there, and we can't harvest the plants or grow anything outside now unless we have a greenhouse. So this is the greenhouse. I've gone ahead and added all the materials to it except for copper ingots and glass. So we need to get some of those put together. And I've already made all those. We went ahead and set up like a little bedroom here. You don't need to find blueprints for this. You already have them, so you can just make all this furniture. You can't actually use it, but you can move it around. We got some stuff on their weapons racks and storage here. This is a cooking table or food prep table. You need this to cook food. It is like a workbench. So when you get certain types of food, you can mix them here, and then most of those require a stove, which you need the blueprint for to make. So eventually we'll add a stove and a refrigerator into here. And a sink. Sink is nice, it'll allow us to get fresh water. And then out here we put a chair and our jack-o'-lantern to keep watch. This is a light, so it's a light source so you can see. And then we built a little porch off of here with rail systems. And then up here we'll probably just store ingots and things. And then we have our little belfry that we built. Now you could have just put a flat piece here, but I thought this would look nice. Having these interior walls going off these pillars. And then of course rails, because if you fall too much you will break your legs. And then we added these lights up here because they'll bleed through. Besides that, everything's ready to go. I just need to try to remember where my glass is at. Let's see, maybe right here. Yep, there we go. And I think I have some more stashed somewhere. Here's all our food going bad. We're going to use that for fuel later on. There we go. Let's grab some of this. And the vambies have been very kind to us. They've given us a lot of good materials, like screws. Screws are made from copper ingots, and again, we'll go over that later. Alright, so we've got glass here. We've got to watch our hit points, though, so we don't die. So we can just grab a couple of pieces. Shouldn't need too many for inside of here. We'll add that, and you'll see the window changes states. And this way, so we can turn the forges on, stand like in this area, and that'll provide us heat, because blizzards will hit eventually. And the blizzards, you need a heat source in a fully enclosed building. Besides that, for this current temperature, all we need is clothing. Oh, these needed 5 pieces, okay. And we'll go over building clothing on the next episode. So this building should be fully secured from the elements now, as long as the doors are shut. But it's not going to change temperatures because there's not a heat source in here right now. So let's grab this. Still watching those hit points. There's a wandering vambie coming up over there. See if we can't get lucky. Pop him in the face one time and he'll die instantly. I should have used him to show y'all the way those other things work, but we'll find another one eventually. And he gave us 1 piece of copper ore, which is perfect. Now hit the arrow, we'll take all that glass, add it to here. Oh, we only needed 1. Okay. Now we just need to get our copper that we got from the stones. And we can complete the greenhouse. So if you see our temperature in the top right of the screen, it's -2 Celsius right now. So, let's see, we need 8 of these. Add that to this building. And there's the greenhouse. This is also placeable. You can pick it up and move it around. Now, if you do that, though, it's hard to get it on top of these. Like, you only have, like, I think 6, and then you can set it back down on top of it. Now, when you walk into here, you'll see that you should see the temperature change. So now it's 23 degrees Celsius in here. And then the freezing damage should stop. It takes it a minute, so... And there it goes. So no more freezing damage, and the greenhouse is built. Now, once we find the blueprint for the water house, we can build one of those, and as long as this is close enough to it, it will automatically water your crops on the inside. So all we need to do now, and you can leave the door open, as long as you're inside of here, it's fine. So all we have to do now is grab these, and by pressing N as in November, and we can just place them in here if we want to. Or we can just build some more. I'll probably just build more, because you can get them closer together as long as they're in the blueprint template forms. But this works just as well. So I'll eventually move those here, and then I'll replant the seeds. And then we'll have to water these by hand for now. And to do that, we'll make a bigger flask that can hold 200 water. And like I said, I'll do the flask and the furniture on the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it helped you out. And I hope you like the build. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Oh, sounds like we have a wolf after us somewhere. Oh, he's over there attacking our spike traps. Then he's gonna come after us. Now I can show you how this one works, because animals will attack it. So you see we're here. We jump up here. He won't do anything. So you can either just stab him to death, or you can throw a spear. And of course I missed the headshot somehow. Oh, and he still got me. How is? Are you glitching, wolf? Alright, there we go. But there's a will, there's a way. Wait, why am I not able to move? Okay. And you can see it's snowing now. So there's going to be snow on the ground. That's how you're going to get your water. Oh, we're dying too. So this is the other symbol I was talking about. So this takes a medicated bandage, which we need to make some more of those really, really soon. I also need to get some health. Do we have any food? Yep. So cucumbers, we're going to eat those. That'll give us back 10 hit points. And we'll eat these while we're here. Alright, so when it hits winter time, you'll notice eventually that the water is going to freeze over. Either when you sleep, save, and reload the game. And then I think eventually it'll just freeze over on its own. So to get water after that, you'll just look at the ground, press I, and when there's enough snow, you can get water. So we're going to stand inside the greenhouse, because it is cold outside. And you can technically live in here if you wanted to, so... like, especially if you had on foundations, you can put all your stuff in here. But anyways, guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.